Wait. Hello?
Hello?
Okay. This does not make sense.
It
I think you can
works.
hear me.
I hear you.
Okay. This does not make sense. But the audio quality is also horrible. Why is it horrible? Oh, now it's double. So I literally clicked on the broadcast and then, like the microphone um, symbol,
Mm-hmm.
and then it said like unmute. So I click on it, and now it basically says my microphone is muted because it has a stripe through my microphone, but now it means it's not muted. And if
Oh.
I click on it, I can mute it, even though it already has a muting symbol. Anyways, is it still echoing? Because otherwise, that's crap. It shouldn't. Wait, I am gonna test out if it echoes myself as well.
Okay.
Okay, cool. It works. Okay, chat is open. I am just gonna join some random ass Fall Guys lobby. And I don't play myself, just to watch. You ready, Beth?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Alright. For a reminder, last year, can't believe it's almost been a year already, Beth and I did the gaming predictions that you watched. I have all the questions with all the points that you get for the right answers. I have the answers that Beth and I gave, and I have the correct answers. I will add the answers up and then eventually say the scores. If Beth and I don't agree on a certain answer, then we can
It's
discuss, and if we just end up not agreeing, you are the jury, you are the deciding point. And if it's in my favor, you might get some
no.
McDonald's from me next time.
Wow.
But
I don't
that is
know
not
how
what
you
it's
could
about.
debate an answer. It's a yes or no answer, boy.
You can debate answers, and it's not just yes or no questions, it's more than that.
But even were.
No, there's plenty of answers. Oh, I can actually
Okay.
see the comments on my PlayStation.
Yeah,
High
you can turn that
stakes.
on and off.
Yeah, well, it's alright. They're just in the right bottom. This is amazing gameplay, by the way. Without sound as well, on purpose.
Ooh.
Okay, shall we just start then?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just dying. That's all.
Alright, the first question was guess the Metacritic critic score. You're allowed to be half a point off. So, like, for example, let's say you said it would be an 80, then it can be up till an 85 and low to a 75. So it's like half away,
And
right?
it was whoever got the closest, wasn't it? If we were both in the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you got it exactly right, oh yeah, you get 1 point, the person who's the closest. If you got it exactly right, you got 3 points.
Ooh.
The games.
Twee.
Okay, let's start. There were 5 games. The first game is Horizon Forbidden West. Let's see. Where's the answers? Oh, wait, yeah, here. Okay, I said the critic score would be 91. You know what you said, Beth?
No, I cannot run a bet any of my
You,
answers.
you said 93.
Hey.
And the score is 88. It is
Oh,
not as high as I thought it'd be, so that's 1 point for me. Easy.
too easy.
Yeah, I actually expected it to be higher. I think it deserved like at least 90.
Ow.
Maybe not much higher, if at all higher, but it deserved 90. But 88 is not bad. Alright, the next game is Elden Ring. I thought Elden Ring wasn't gonna do as well. So I thought 91. Beth,
I'm pretty sure I gave it pretty high, didn't I?
you thought 96.
Yeah. Did it get 97?
It got 96.
Hey!
So you get 3 points.
It is fucking Brilliant.
Mm-hmm. The next game is God of War Ragnarok. I remember God of War 2018 is 94. I thought it would just be just better. I gave it 95. And you thought it would be the same because you gave it 94. And it got 94. So you have
Yay.
it exact again. So you have another 3 points. I'm losing. Can we stop?
No.
Yes. Because
You could just give me the gift card now if you want.
Yeah, that's the thing. The winner gets like a 15 euro gift card from the other person. So yeah, gonna be poor.
Well, I have to pay more, so.
No, I have to pay 15 pounds. You would have to pay 15 euros.
Okay.
Okay, that was 3 games already. The next game is A Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence. I said I think it will get an 84. You said an 85. Have any clue what it is?
No, I haven't looked at any of those stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
It is 82. So I am closer. So I win.
I don't believe you.
It is the truth. I just gave you 6 points. Oh, I don't believe you.
I feel like I should have all of the points.
Yeah, sure thing.
Uh-huh.
Alright, the next game was Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. And it didn't come out. It will come out next year. But I will just say what we guessed. Never mind, I didn't write it down. I just write a scribe.
Wow.
I don't know what we guessed. I guess we can guess again for that game for next year.
Yeah, true.
So that was the first section. Now, which game will win Game of the Year 2022? 2 points. I said God of War Ragnarok. You know, it's probably going to be between Elden Ring and God of War, but I believed Elden Ring wouldn't live up to the hype. At least, not as much. And you said...
Yeah, I said something really random.
What?
I said something really random for this. Did I say, like, Kojima's next game?
No,
Because...
you said Elden Ring.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What did I say? Oh, that was for one of the nominees, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. So you get 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay. In the next section, which 6 games will be Game of the Year contestants? This sounds a bit confusing, but if you have 4 out of 6 correct, you get 1 point. 5 out of 6 means you get 3 points. If you have all 6 correct, you get 5 points. So, the contestants were Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, A Plague Tale Requiem, Stray, and Xenoblade 3. I said Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, so that's 3 already. Hogwarts Legacy, it didn't come out. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, it didn't come out. And Dying Light 2. That was far off. That game flopped.
It didn't flop.
It did flop.
It didn't flop.
You like it, but it flopped.
It didn't flop.
It did flop.
The people that enjoyed the Game Boy.
But the game was bad. It flopped. It got horrible scores and people weren't happy with it besides you and a few others.
It was just because it was glitchy in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's just what it is. It flopped, okay? And it wasn't a contestant. So I didn't get at least 4 good, so I get no points. You said Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, also 3. Death Space Remake comes out next year. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year. And Kojima game.
Yeah.
Kojima game. There wasn't even one announced. How would it come out?
There was one announced. We knew that. So the reason I said that was that we knew that Kojima was apparently working on a secret project with Xbox.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean it will come out.
Yeah, well, I thought it was gonna come out, alright? And that's why I said it. Because people love going crazy for Kojima.
Well, sure, but normally when he announces a game, it will take at least a whole year before it comes
Do you
out.
know what game we keep forgetting about though?
What is this
Talking about
game?
what we were talking about earlier.
What is it?
Talking about it. Fucking Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill.
Hey.
Well, you can put that in for next year.
Well, for next year, I will say Kojima's game.
I see. But
So
then
I
you'll
asked
have to be
if
more
you're
specific.
keeping track.
Yes, I am. So yeah, we both got 0 points at this one. To be fair, Stray and Xenoblade 3, if you ask me, are unexpected contestants. And A Plague Tale Requiem, I feel like I kind of could have known, but yeah, expected Zelda and Breath of the Wild too. So and Breath of the Wild and
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, but they didn't come out. They got delayed.
Fucking delayed.
Yeah, like so many other. Next section. Which game did surprisingly well this year? We both had to make a guess of like a game that, not that people thought it was gonna be shit, but you know, it basically ended up doing quite a bit better than people expected, you know? Like people didn't
I
really
really
think
can't
about that
remember
game.
I can't remember any of my answers.
Well, I think you gave a funny answer. And see, these are also answers we can debate. You said Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, okay.
Now, I know that there's actually a lot of people who are quite positive about the game, but I mean, the main reception of the game has still been negative, and the scores have been low. And I feel like the people who are positive are just positive because they saw the low scores and they're like, yeah, but I like this, I think this is good, so I'm gonna let you hear about it, which is fair, but no, I don't think it is surprisingly good.
I mean, Jessica would beg to differ.
Well, yeah, but that's Jessica, okay?
Oft.
But yeah, the scores are low and the general reception has been bad. The reviews did not recommend it. The game didn't do surprisingly well. I think we can both agree on that, right?
No.
Yes, we
I want
can.
my
And
point.
otherwise, some can say, I'm sure he heard some of it. You get 1 point, by the way, if you have it.
I want
Correct.
all of the points. So
You do want.
I will argue that it still did
Some
surprisingly
is the
well,
jury,
considering people thought it was going to be absolute trash.
No, but that's bullshit. People thought it was gonna be absolute trash, and it ended up being just trash. No, that doesn't count. It needs to be like good.
But it was perceived as decent, but it was as soon as people thought it was going to be open world, they cried about it being like, you know, it was just going to die.
No, people were kind of excited, but then it turned out to be an open zone game, and dude, it's so empty. And some, by the way, he's a jury. He says Sonic Frontiers definitely underperformed. Exactly.
Wow.
So I can't give you any points in here.
Objection.
No. We go to my prediction now. This is also a debatable one. My prediction on which game did surprisingly well is Sifu. Now, Sifu got... I don't know, I will have a look what their score is on Metacritic, but they did well.
They did well?
Yeah. It isn't the Game of the Year contestant, and it isn't like super popular. But if I look on the PS5, like the Metacritic critic score is 81. Same for the user score, it's 81. And when it came out, I definitely heard people talk about it, and people were excited. And it got like nominated for like best new indie and also best fighter. I don't think they won, but they got nominated. So yeah, not just because it's my answer, but yeah.
They didn't win.
No, they didn't win, but they got nominated.
Stray won best indie, didn't
Yeah,
they?
best new indie and best fighter. I don't know. Sifu wasn't technically a fighter.
It was
but...
Multiverses.
Oh, multiverse. So yeah, I think Sifu. I mean, people didn't think it was gonna be trash, but
They
you
did
know,
not think it was going to be trash.
I do think that it did quite a bit better than people thought. It's been nominated for 2 awards, and it has like a good score of like 80 plus. So I think I deserve a point.
I think you deserve nothing.
See, this is not gonna work. You have to be honest. I also give you
No.
points if you deserve it.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I was
you
saying
agree,
no,
okay.
as in I was joking.
I see.
Please.
I see. Okay. Cool. I have seen zero of this game. Yeah, it is. It wasn't popular, but I mean,
it was definitely like anticipated.
yeah, but it was like totally new. So you can't say that people like were excited based off like, oh, I have trust in this and that. People were just more
Oh.
curiously excited, you know, like, ooh, I hope this will be good, and it ended up being good. So that's kind of surprisingly well. That's how I see it. Okay, the next section is which game did surprisingly bad? Bev, you guessed Starfield.
Oh yeah, is out.
Yeah, it's delayed. Like everything. Now, I would love to agree with you on it because the trailers looked very underwhelming. And I think it's not going to do well. But it didn't come out, so yeah, we can't answer that. So, but if it makes you feel better, I said, even though I didn't want it to, the Outlast trials, and it also got delayed. That everything gets
Yeah.
delayed.
Yeah.
So no points. Next question. By the end of the year, okay, basically where we're at right now, will PS5s be available in stores? We both said no, so we won't have to discuss about the points.
But you saw it yourself. They are.
Yeah, but I still think it's a no.
Why? No.
Because first of all, definitely over here, they're not in stores. Second of all, it just depends. Like the stores literally say like, oh, limited PS5s, and then they might have some PS5s for like 2 or 3 days, and then they might not have them for a couple weeks. To me, that
But-
doesn't count as having them in stores. I mean, like that they are always available in stores, like 90% of the time. That's not
In
the
England,
case.
they are.
No, not 90% of the time. Not for retail price.
You literally walked into the shop with me last week, and you
Yeah.
saw the PS5s on the
Just
the
a
counter.
couple, but they are still hard to get, and it's not
Because
like
they're sold
stores
them
always
in
have them.
boxes, boy. You don't get they don't take the boxes off the shelf.
Anyways, thank God we have the same answer. I think it's no. So, do we both get a point or not? It doesn't matter, but
No. I don't know, boy.
I mean, it depends. I don't give a fuck. You have the call. Do we both get a point or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. I currently can't buy a base PS5 on Coolblue or MediaMarkt. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we could have specified the question based on countries, but we didn't really think about that. Anyways, doesn't matter. Next one. Will the Uncharted movie be perceived as good or bad? And it's
We
kind
both
of
said the same.
like, yeah, it's kind of like what's good, what's bad. Just kind of how people perceive it. Yes, we both said the same. I think we both said yes. And you said yes, good, because of Tom Holland, because he is in it.
Yeah.
That is what you said.
Yeah.
As obviously an Uncharted fan, I would love for the
Uh,
movie to have been perceived as good. But the answer is no. The scores were low and it was mediocre at best. Like, people enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't a good movie per se. It was bad, or it was like okay, but definitely not good. So no points. You wanted to say something?
No, I'm trying to kill people's.
Have you seen the movie, the Uncharted movie? It's on Netflix now. So yeah, there's no argument about that. Next question. How many episodes will the Cuphead Netflix show have? And I currently changed it to just season 1 because we didn't even know there were going to be multiple ones.
Oh, didn't we do the opposite for this?
Well, what I first of all want to ask is, if none of us have it correct, do you want the person who's the closest or just no point? You get 1 point if you have it right.
Well, I'm pretty sure you win this, so no.
I mean, I kind of forgot, but it goes for multiple questions like this. I don't think we specified about it.
Half a point if you're for the closest.
I don't do half a point. That doesn't work.
Why not? What's wrong with half a
Because I'm
point?
counting with sticks.
With sticks? Why can't
Yeah.
you?
You know, like when you have 5 and then the 5th one is a cross.
Oh, counting with sticks.
Yeah.
I pictured in my mind that you literally had like lollipop sticks.
No, I don't like lollipops that much.
Well, ice lollies.
It's too cold.
You were eating like ice cream and ice lollies like last month.
Yeah,
Too cold.
and then it wasn't freezing. Also, some says I have watched it. It was enjoyable, but not great by any means. Yeah, I fully agree with that. I don't regret watching
Yeah,
it.
I
It was
think like
fun.
we agreed like it was an enjoyable movie for a movie, not enjoyable for an Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Have you seen all the
at
Cuphead
least
episodes? No, but we're like halfway in season 3, I think. So we're close. You?
season 2.
Season 3. It's the 3rd season already. Have
Oops.
you watched them some? And yeah, Bev, what do you want to do? Who's closest? A point or not?
Mm, who's closest?
Alright. You're halfway season 2. Oh, okay, nice. It's just kind of enjoyable to watch, I find, and it kind of fits with the Cuphead and the old school cartoons that this dude. But it's not like amazing or anything, it's just enjoyable. How many episodes were there in Cuphead's show? Season 1. This is question 8. I said 10, you
I
said
said
8.
8. Yeah.
And the answer is 12. So I am closer. So I get a point. Currently, by the way, the score is 5 points for me, 9 points for you.
Hell yeah.
Okay, the next question, also to do with Cuphead, is how many levels, aka bosses plus run and gun, will the Cuphead DLC have? 1 point. Now, before we go to the answers, I will say it says bosses and run and gun, so levels, how many levels? That was literally the question. In the Cuphead
Oh, you're gonna
DLC,
ask
you
about
had
the parries.
you had bosses, you had a secret boss, and you had the parries, which out of my head, I mean I have it written
There's
down.
5.
Yeah. Do we count that as 5 levels, or do we say they all fall under 1? So we count the King's Gauntlet. Do we count it as 1 level?
No,
What?
5.
You think they're 5?
Well, yeah.
See, I
You do it
disagree.
5.
I mean, I guess. But it all falls under 1, though. It's
But
kind
then
of
you
odd.
could.
They're like mini levels. They're like the mausoleums. And did we count the mausoleums as levels? I didn't. So it's kind of like, yeah. Plus, if you look at the
I mean,
box where it
they
says all
did
the
not.
levels, if you look at the box, then it just says King's Gauntlet as 1.
But
Yeah.
they took a lot longer than the fucking mausoleum.
Well, sure. And they were definitely more fleshed out and they were more fun and they were kind of like mini levels. But, like, to me, they are kind of like the King Dice levels. And do you count each single, like, mini
Fine.
boss a level in King
Fine.
Dice? See, you agree
Shut up.
with me. You know I'm right. Also, suddenly all your comments go through. I currently, oh no, wait. Huh? Oh, no, never mind. Wait, no, this is weird. It's your last comment. I'm halfway season 2.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay, then my PlayStation is just late. Okay, so we count it as 1. So, I've written it down. Where the
Isn't
fuck have I
there
written
then
it?
7?
So, there were 6 bosses. Then you have the gauntlet, so that's 1, 7, and you had the secret boss, so that makes 8, if you look at it like that.
Yeah.
8. So, your answer was, now it becomes a bit messy,
10, I think.
10.
Yeah.
Mine was 8.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm right. Get closer.
We did I remember us doing opposites.
Yeah. The next question, will the GTA 5 PS5 remaster come out this year? 1 point.
It did.
Yeah, I said yes. You said no. And yeah, I don't know if they call it a remaster, but I don't know if we literally said that. I don't think we said it has to be called a remaster. But yeah, it did come out. They had a whole PS5 update, obviously. A PS5
Yes.
version now, so that's basically it. So yes, point for me.
Congratulations, boy.
Thank you. Now, to keep suspension in, the points is 7 for me and 9 for you. I'm actually quickly gonna grab a glass of water. It takes like 20 seconds.
Too long.
I'll BRB.
Okay. Bloom.
Alright, IE is back.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oof, my radiator is hot. Let's put it low. Okay. Let's have a look to the next question.
You need a new game, boy.
Oh, good point. Also, oh no. Oh, one sec.
Are you?
My
Absolutely.
mother asks if I can open a bottle of cola for her, so I'll BRB.
Okay. Hey. Dum 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 dum. La da 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 da.
Sorry, my mother was also talking to me.
Oh.
And there was a Nightmare Before Christmas advert about Disney Plus on
Nightmare
TV.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, it's like, what's this? They had that song.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this?
Yeah.
There's white things in the air.
Indeed. Anyways, we go through it pretty quick. We already had 10 sections. And we are now going to the 11th, and we have 18 total, so it's quick.
Yeah.
The 11th question is, if Dead by Daylight Funko Pops come out, how many figures will be there? Limited edition doesn't count. They didn't come out. I don't get how. They have been announced. Oh wait, that's right actually. I said
They
didn't
announced
come
them.
out, but they announced them. That's right. I will have a look.
I think there's
I forgot.
only 4.
Yeah, I think so too. You have Dr. Brave, Huntress, and Claudette. So there is 4, yes. Once again, let's see, you will get 1 point. Because I literally wrote down, no, they didn't come out. Do we do the person who's closest? Or do you have to get it right?
Yeah.
Who's closest? Do you remember your answer?
I said something like 8, so it's you. I'm pretty sure you said 5.
I said 7. You know what you said?
I'm pretty sure it was like 8 or 10, no? Something like that.
36.
Oh, did I just say one for all of them?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
I should honestly give you a minus point for that.
No, what the fuck?
But I get a point. So now we're just 1 away from each other. And this is what I mean. I didn't count. Obviously, when I gathered the answers, I had an ID, but I didn't count. And I also didn't look at the points you get for everything. So I thought you would be way more ahead by now. But
I mean,
yeah.
technically, I would be if I wasn't nice and saying.
You would
closest.
be. Oh my god. I mean, I asked you that. I could have said that, but you weren't being nice because you didn't know who was the closest.
Yeah, I knew that you won the Cuphead questions.
Yeah, but there were so many more questions that you could have had, right?
It's true, but I can't even remember what the questions were or how many questions there were.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we should have made this yesterday, like closest, because there's no way you're gonna get it exactly right. So many 0 pointers, but we can do that for next year. Because yes, we will probably do a next year one. My guess is next month, maybe, somewhere.
Next.
Kinda before.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating. Kinda just before the first big game comes out. I don't know exactly when, but it's in January. But we might also do it like just after
Big
Christmas.
game comes out literally in January.
Squid Game?
Dead Space.
Oh, but I swear you said Squid Game.
No.
Oh, I heard Squid Game. Anyways, yeah, we can also maybe do them one this month, maybe. I don't know.
We could do it next week.
I need to be at my mother's though.
Why?
To stream really on PS5.
We
have to make.
Not
It's kind of crappy,
now?
yes. And besides,
Crappy?
besides bad internet.
Okay, whatever.
And also we need to make the questions and make the answers. Not that it's gonna take weeks, but you know. I might start tomorrow, but it will take
We literally do it in like one day.
Whatever. Anyways, next
We make
question.
everything so complicated.
Next question. Will PlayStation Game Pass release this year? 1 point. And what will the yearly price be? Closest wins, see here it says it, and you are allowed to be €10 off. 1 point. So you can get 2 total points. Now the first question was, will the PlayStation Game Pass release this year? Let's see, it's question 12. We both said yes, so we both get a point for that.
Yay!
It's called like you have extra and you have premium. And they are basically the Game Pass.
Essential.
Yeah, essential is what it used to be. So you have 3 tiers now. Essential is what it always was for the same price, just online. Extra
Oh,
is
but
with like
now,
free games, and then premium is with also like free games from the PS3 and 2, and that's like the most expensive version.
what do we do? Because I don't know how we did it, but did we just give one price?
Well, that's the thing. I said it's gonna cost 120 euros a year. You said 100 euros a year. Now here's the thing. Premium, the most expensive tier, is 120. You said 100, and that is the same as extra, the middle tier.
Did I say euros?
Yeah, we just said euros. Even if it
Okay,
was
because I was about
pounds,
to
it
say,
doesn't
because
matter. But
technically it's £100 in
yeah,
pounds.
yeah, but I think that's both just stable, same for euros. So this is the question: like, do we both get a point because there's two tiers and they both have it, or do I get a point because I say the most
Well,
expensive version,
you can let
which is the
some
final
decide,
price? Yeah, I think
technically.
some. So I will say it once more. Some. Game Pass, I don't know what. I think Game Pass is also like 120. And we
hmm
predicted that PlayStation would have a Game Pass, and I say 120 euros a year. Bev says 100 euros a year. So do we both get a point because we both have a tier, you know, correct? Or do I get a point because I have like the most expensive tier, correct? I think I should get a point
Mm.
because the most expensive tier. What if they had five tiers? Then everyone in the world gets a point because they have every euro a price. you know
Wow.
and it is, we said Game Pass, and
I mean,
with
we did
with
say
the
Game
most
Pass.
expensive tier is when you get the most,
Although
otherwise it's like
technically
half Game
extra
Pass.
is just Game Pass. Premium is extra. That makes no sense.
No, that does not make sense.
But yeah, extra is literally what Xbox Game Pass is.
Well, some says I would do closest to the lowest tier. That's not how it works. The
That means
lowest.
I win.
No, but like lowest tier is what already existed. That was just online. So if you say the one who's closest to that wins, then you might as well say the one. Like, what if? Yeah.
I think that means he's saying I
No,
win.
I don't think Sam understands the question. Because the lowest price was already
The
set.
lowest tier
The-
is the one I picked, which is extra technically.
Unless you mean that. I thought Sam was talking about essential as the lowest tier, and that one always existed. We're really talking about extra and premium, and we didn't know there was gonna be two tiers. No, they didn't have Game Pass. It sounds confusing. I know.
So PlayStation already had online, but unlike Xbox in the past, we have to pay for PlayStation Online. So basically, the lowest tier just allows you to go online. Extra is basically Game Pass, and then Premium is Game Pass Plus. You can play backwards compatibility games.
Yeah, I don't know if I fully agree.
That's basically what it is. Extra allows you to have Game Pass. Premium allows you to have Game Pass Plus PlayStation Now, which is backwards compatibility
But
to old
then
games.
it also allows you to have like demos of games and shit.
You can get demos with Extra.
No. So the demos that are part of their PlayStation Plus is only from Premium. And it had like one other thing, but I don't know what it was, not gonna lie. It's kind of crappy. Anyways, I would say again that um,
So he's saying
PlayStation.
Extra. He says, I'll go for the lowest tier, that is Game Pass.
Whoa, I see. God damn it, I disagree, but I'm gonna have to respect the jury.
Yes.
That means that you get another point here.
Yay. Thanks, Tom. I'll pay you later.
Wow! When I was gone, is that it? I was gone downstairs. Is that when you did business?
No, you didn't hear anything.
Backwards backwards compatibility isn't Game Pass. I mean, I guess, but we didn't necessarily say like it would be exactly like Game Pass. Just like they're gonna have an alternative to Game Pass is basically what the question was, and they did, but they did it with two different versions: an expensive version and a middle version. And the middle version, yes, has games just like Game Pass, But then the expensive version has backwards compatible games, so games from like the PS2 and PS3 and PS1 that you can play, like stream or even download some, I think, I'm not sure. You get access to like demos of like new PlayStation games before you actually play them, like trials basically. And there was something else, but that's so unimportant I forgot. But it's fair enough. Some is the jury.
Oh,
Um, New question. Oh, risky bets. So we were both going to do 3 risky bets. If you have a risky bet, correct, you get 3 points. And obviously the idea was it has to be a risky bet. It's likely not to happen. It might. It's kind of like an 80% chance it won't happen, 20% that it will kind of thing.
oh,
Whose risky bets will we start with? Or do we do one-on-one? One of you, one of mine? One of you?
yeah, go ahead. Do 1-1.
Okay, I'll start
I
with
think
you.
I actually know. Wait, no, because I know one of them I got. I'm pretty sure.
We will see. Well, your first one was a new PS5 model will come out, like a PS5 Slim. Yeah, that didn't happen.
I mean, I'm gonna say I agree with you, but technically a new model has been announced.
No, you said it would come out this year.
I said I agree with you, but I'm saying a new model has been announced.
Yeah,
so I
but-
agree that I'm not getting the point.
But that's not okay.
Jesus. I'm
Okay.
So hostile.
Yeah, I don't trust you. Now the mine is one where I have to, like, expect you to be honest, and I had that Bev will shed at least a single tear, like an actual crying tear, during God of War Ragnarok. There were a lot of emotional moments in that game. I almost cried at one point.
I did cry, yes.
You cried?
I did cry.
Yes, I have 3 points. Yes.
I didn't full on cry, but I did shed a tear, yes.
Yeah, that was it. You don't have to be like, but a tear. Yes. Yeah, that's I've never been this happy about my girlfriend crying. I am now ahead with 1 point.
Oofed.
Because you cried. Stupid emotions, right? Imagine
I
if you're
didn't
gonna lose
cry.
on emotions. Yeah. Imagine you lose this on emotions. Oh damn, I didn't know that.
I did, yes.
But to be fair, I also almost cried. Like I had a tear. I didn't.
But surprisingly, I want you to try and guess at what point I did. Because it's probably the most stupidest point you wouldn't think. No, I didn't cry when Fenrir died.
Well, first of all, I want to say Sam still wants to watch this game, so I want to kind of keep spoilers to a minimum.
Sorry.
But I did ask him before, because we have a whole section with 10 different questions ahead about God of War, and some I will just, like I said, there's like 2 or 3 questions that are spoiler heavy, and I will just ask you if you want to know, otherwise I will kind of just talk around it towards Beth. But okay, I will
can
guess.
tell.
I'm gonna be a bit vague about it. Does it have to do with you're okay with some spoilers? Yeah, these are like minor. Don't be sorry, be better. Nah, that was not emotional. Oh, it was emotional. But...
Yes, that was literally it.
Oh, it was. Bam.
Yes. I don't know why, but that conversation just, it was so like feel good for me. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah. You know, I like that I have a risky bet. Good.
Oh yeah.
Your second
wanker.
risky bet was Bloodborne will be available on PC. And I checked it, and it
No,
isn't.
it's not. No.
So you don't have a point. My next risky bet is Naughty Dog will release/announce a new IP. Didn't happen.
They have not. They've
They,
teased it, possibly, but they haven't. announced anything.
Slight tease. But a tease is not an announcement, Beth.
Oh my god, here we go. We haven't got there yet. And that isn't a tease, it was a full-on announcement.
I have proof. Anyways, Naughty Dog, obviously, it was rumored, and they actually released The Last of Us Part 1 remake, and also The Last of Us Factions multiplayer, which even has like a co-op story, I think, a whole new story to it. But yeah, that's not a new IP. I think you said like a tease was that Neil Druckmann said that he's working on like a new project, right?
Yeah, in his like Twitter bio, he basically says like director of that future game or something.
Yeah, which still isn't a guarantee that it's a new
No,
IP,
no,
but it's
no.
a tease. Yes.
But I'm pretty sure he has like, kind of, I don't want to say like joked with it, but like, he's
Oh,
been
good
funny when
point.
people have asked him about it.
Yeah,
But then I suppose that could just him be trying to create excitement and hype in general.
yeah. Okay, now we go to your third risky bet, and that is Valve
Rizzy.
Steam
No.
Deck. No, it is
Us.
Valve. Yeah,
Okay, never mind, never mind.
Valve Steam Deck won't be as good as people think.
I don't really know how that got perceived in the end. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think we could ask someone this one. I think you might know the best some. Personally, I think you're not correct here because people weren't super hyped about it, but they were excited. And I have seen that excitement. I don't feel like it. Because if you say it won't be as good as people think, then basically what you're saying is it will disappoint. And I didn't hear
Hmm.
from anyone that it disappoints. Nor did I hear that it exceeded expectations. It just kind of happened, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When it first was announced, I know quite a few people were happy, quite excited for it, were like wanted it on release, but I didn't hear anything at all when it got released.
Yeah, I heard some things. Um,
I think the only thing I really heard was, don't you have to like actually like stream the games or no, I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I think
hmm,
the overall reception of the Steam Deck has been very good, although I haven't heard much about it recently.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not like revolutionary or something.
No.
But
Well,
I
I
heard
lost
good
it
stuff.
then.
Apart from a possible Steam Deck 2 in the works. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure if it would have been a bad reception, like we would have heard it, you know? Like a
Mm.
disappointed.
Although, surprisingly, me and Jessica were talking about this the other day because she said that she might invest in one.
Invest?
She might buy one.
Oh, cool. Maybe one day I will. Just for the
Hmm.
small PC games that PlayStation doesn't have. No, you play the games on the Steam Deck, although you can stream them if you want. Okay.
So it's kind of a little bit like Switch-ish in the way that you play games. That you can play the game or you can stream the game.
I mean, the Steam Deck I think is pretty powerful. It's like a little budget
I
gaming
more
PC,
meant
right?
I more meant in terms of like how like Switch or maybe better of like to say like the PlayStation extra games. You could obviously download them and play them, or you can stream them to play. Is basically what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think it's the equivalent to that is what he's saying.
Yeah, but the hardware is more powerful. Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I don't think anytime soon, but maybe one time in life, especially if they make a new one, I might actually invest in a Steam Deck. No, I say
I
invest.
don't know. I don't know if like investing in a Steam Deck is like a worth it. Like say for example, if you talk like later in life, we could just
Hmm.
make a budget PC.
Yeah, that's also true. I don't care about portability, I just want to play some, especially small PC games, and probably
Hmm.
occasionally a bigger one like Hellblade 2, you know, because if those games are on PlayStation, I will play them on PlayStation because I will only play them on PC if they are better on PC, and in a budget PC, they're likely not going to be better than on PlayStation. And I
You'll be
prefer PlayStation.
surprised what you can get with a budget PC. Like obviously it's not
Sure.
nothing revolutionary, yep, but you
Yeah,
could still achieve quite really decent things with budget,
that's sure, but it's like most
especially if
games that came out on both PlayStation and PC, they perform better on PlayStation so far. So if it's opposites, then I might get a game for like PC, but I'm talking years later in life,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we'll see what it's like back then. Maybe the tides have turned. Um, okay, so yeah, you said they got 0 points on the risky bet.
Whee!
My last risky bet is Hogwarts Legacy will be disappointing. It didn't come out. And I do think it is an interesting one. I'm not gonna lie, they showed a second gameplay showcase a couple days ago, and the first gameplay showcase was I think a month ago, and I found it disappointing. Overall, people were still excited because people are Harry Potter fans, so they will always be excited. But I will say, I'm excited for the game. I'm just afraid it will disappoint, and Bev also has a feeling it will disappoint. But based on the second gameplay showcase, it actually looks good. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks good. So maybe this is something for next year.
My
But yeah.
entire conversation last night with my taxi driver was him basically just banging on about Harry Potter.
Oh, I see. What did he say?
Oh, I got in the car and he was like, he's asking if I had played any games recently. I can't remember what I said, but he was just like, "Oh, I've just finished watching a trailer for a new game, Hogwarts Legacy. What is it? Hogwarts Legacy." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And he's just like, "Oh my god!" And then that was it.
Oh, he was
Ran.
hyped.
Yeah, he's a big Harry Potter fan.
But that's really the thing. I think if you're a big Harry Potter fan, you're gonna love this game because the world very much look Harry Potter like. Like the world has been done justice by the gameplay, but everything else besides the world is questionable. Combat questionable, story they haven't shown anything, which therefore makes it questionable. Because why wouldn't you show a story in a somewhat story-driven game yet? Voice acting looks horrible. Same with the character animations with voice acting. Graphics are good, but nothing special. They're good. There's nothing bad about them, but they aren't amazing either. And then the soundtrack seems to often just be very quiet or no sound. So, anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that game.
I mean,
But
he can't
it's
play it
questionable.
anyway, so it's alright.
Why?
He doesn't actually own any thing to play it on.
Oh,
He used to be a PC gamer, but I think, kind of from what I gathered from conversation, like his PC broke a little while ago and he's just hasn't got around to replacing it. But he plays with VR now.
oh, okay.
But like the VR that you connect to your phone.
Oh,
I
right.
can't remember what the actual name for that one is, but because he was asking me last time, not this time, but like the time before, whether he should invest in a PS5.
I see. Um, shall we go to the next section?
Yes, which is the safe bets, right?
Yeah, 3 safe bets. Over here you get 1 point instead of 3, which makes sense, right? They're safe bets. Here I would say it's like 80% it will happen, 20% it
Oh.
won't, kind of thing. Do we start with you again?
Yeah, go ahead.
A new Resident Evil game will be announced.
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, I could be a dick and argue, well, Resi
No,
4
no.
Remake isn't new, but no, that's shitty. Yes, a new game, Resi 4 Remake, it has been announced. So you get a point.
Yay.
We're tied now. I said in the next FIFA, Messi will be 90 plus rated. I checked, and he's 91. I think he dropped 2 ratings, so like... And here's the funny thing, if I would have said Ronaldo, who was also like 91 last year, Ronaldo is now 90, but literally, he got an update last week that he's 89. So if I said Ronaldo, which is the first time in like more than 10 years, by the way, that he's under 90, and it would have been the same for Messi. That's why it's safe, but it's not like guaranteed. Because in this point, when I made this prediction, Messi was actually not really doing like amazing for half a year. He wasn't doing bad. He never does bad, but he wasn't doing amazing. Ronaldo was doing quite good. So, but Messi turned it around. He's actually doing amazing again. I mean, he just won the World Cup today. If anything, he's up for an upgrade, which I think he will get actually. Anyways, I get a point there because he is. Next question. Thank you. Next question from you. There will be more successful game series released this year, and they were not allowed to have been announced. You said this because you have Uncharted movie and the Cuphead show, and you say there will be more released this year, but they obviously weren't allowed to be announced already. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I mean, I know Cyberpunk, but was it already announced?
No, Cyberpunk weren't announced.
So that gives you a point then.
I don't know.
I mean, I think Arcane was already a thing. And they need to be released this year, that is what you said.
You had the new Sonic series that's come out, but I don't know if it's successful because it's just come out. Although, surprising, I guess what I found out.
What is it?
Jacksepticeye plays a part in it.
Oofed.
His voice is in Sonic. Uh, mm,
Before we go
yeah,
look further, what about Cyberpunk? Was it announced? Because it released and it is successful.
I don't know. We'll come back to that. I'll have a look after I finished. Unless you can look.
I will give you the point because I think you're right. But if there will be a point difference, then we will look it up.
I will double check. Yes.
But I will just give you the point for now, and I'll just write down.
Yes.
I don't know why I wrote down Cyberpunk, but I'll get what I mean. Right, so congrats.
Hey.
You have two right. My new one is the Avatar game with the blue people from Ubisoft will have a big empty map, which I think is a safe bet if it fucking came out. It got delayed.
Well, it's very empty at the moment.
Yeah. Basically, I don't know if you know, all Ubisoft open world games have big, pretty, but just empty maps. All of them. They're just empty worlds. No life in them. And this is like their biggest title, and it's a new IP, even though it's from the movies. And it's like the first next gen only. So I kind of had hopes I still have hopes that now it's going to be different and better, but it probably isn't. It's a Ubisoft.
Some looked it up for us. Apparently, Cyberpunk was released last year.
No, it's this year. What? He says Arcane was released last year.
Oh, sorry.
But it's important when Cyberpunk got announced, because Bev said that they also like the game shows weren't allowed to have been announced before this year, so like last year or before that. Not that, because it's a bit easy. Well, I mean, it would have been a safe bet to say that they would have been announced, but you said that they weren't allowed to be announced.
Yeah, because I think you threw a fit about it.
I don't remember. But like I said, I will give you the points for now, and I guess we could look into it if, point difference. The last one for you, and this one I have to ask you and some because I don't know myself, that is NFTs will rise in gaming culture.
No.
No, have they not?
I mean, they're still about, from what I know, but I don't think they've risen in game culture. And if anything, they've kind of moved away, I think.
Okay. Well, that's fair of you.
Unless some has heard anything different.
Yeah, we will ask some. Because they were a big thing a year ago. Everyone spoke about them, and Beth, we predicted that they will rise.
Mm.
Which I guess doesn't mean people keep talking about it, but...
Yeah.
According to the Cyberpunk Wiki, production and release, the series was announced during a Night City Wire livestream for the game on June 25, 2020. Oof.
What?
To be fair, I don't say this I swear this isn't a lie. I actually remember that. I remember before the game got released, I watched like a live stream, and I remember that they spoke about like a series. I guess that was Edgerunners. So I'm gonna have to take the point away.
Wow.
Sorry.
I mean, there could be more gaming series that came out.
But then I will just say, let's not do the effort of looking it up now unless a point difference matters.
You had Resident Evil.
You know what?
That was this year. I can't remember. We'll look it up afterwards.
Well, actually, I say that, but I actually need to kind of go to the toilet. My stomach hurts a little.
Oh.
Sad. If you want, you can look it up. If you want. Same about NFTs. It's if you want.
Some says game NFTs had a massive a rise and a big fall this year. Currently, they're currently down. So basically, it's been up and down. So.
You said they will rise in gaming culture, so.
I guess it's probably a little bit like what's it called? When you investing, that it's just constant up and down. I guess is kind of what he's saying.
So what do you think? Does it count or not?
I mean, from my view and what I've heard, they fell. So I will take the loss and say that they fell.
Fair enough.
A bubble?
A bubble? Huh?
What's a bubble?
I don't know. Maybe like what you mean. Anyways, I do need to go to the toilet. If you want to,
Okay.
you can have a look at series.
I shall do.
I'll be right back in a few minutes probably.
Okay.
is back.
Hello.
While I was in the toilet, I also looked up about the game shows.
Yeah, there is then.
No, basically what some said, Cyberpunk was indeed announced in June 2020. Cuphead show came out but was already announced. And then there was also the Halo show, but that one was announced in 2021.
Resi was also announced in 21.
Ah, yeah, I looked at a list from IGN. So besides Resi, those were all the games it named. So that is unfortunate. Okay, then there was my last safe bet, which is Horizon Forbidden West will be higher, have a higher Metacritic critic score than Horizon Zero Dawn. And believe I looked it up. The answer is no. Horizon Zero Dawn I think had 89 and Forbidden West 88,
Oof.
which in my opinion is actually undeserved. I guess you could argue that Horizon Zero Dawn it did have a better story, I think, and most people think, and it was new, so new always makes it more like unique than a sequel. So I get that, but in my opinion, Forbidden West was so much better than Zero Dawn in literally every aspect, besides perhaps story. And then I'm talking about the storyline, not storytelling, because storytelling was better, and like there were better characters I find. Except Aloy herself, actually. So I understand that people say the story was worse. I agree. I think it wasn't a bad story, but I think Zero Dawn had a better. But in every other aspect, this game was so much better. It made me realize how, like, not bad, but kind of how much better Zero Dawn could have been, I guess. Because I really
Yeah.
liked Zero Dawn, but now I realize how much better Forbidden West is. So I'm surprised by this one, but I'm gonna take the loss.
Cute.
Were you, by the way, still here, Sam? Also, that means we go to the 14th question. Oh, no, this was the 14th question. The 15th. And that is, which Dead by Daylight killer will be added? And then the idea was that we were going to do a
Yeah.
detailed description of what it was. It's just a prediction. You get 5 points, so it just shows it was difficult.
Are we doing it if we get something close? Like maybe
Oh,
some points?
I forgot a question.
Uh,
This was 16, we're at 15. I'll quickly do 15 because it's shorts. It is, will Hogwarts Legacy come out this year? 1 point. We both said yes, and it didn't come out.
no.
Oh, and some just got back. So 15 question, we didn't get a point. So what were you gonna say, Bev? Sorry.
I was saying, do we get maybe like 1 or 2 points if we get something close in our description?
Sure.
I don't remember what I said, can't remember what you said,
I do.
but if you know what, I mean, like, say if we get something that's quite similar to a killer that's come out, do we maybe just a point for effort, not effort for
Yeah, we will just do 1 point then. Is that
Yeah.
good?
yeah.
Okay. Which killer do we start with?
How many killers did we? Oh,
Oh, we both guessed 1, and there's 4 that came out this year.
yeah. I went first with the safe and unsafe, so you go first with the killer.
Okay. Before, I will actually name the 4 killers that came out this year with a light description of them, right? Because the idea is that these killers are the same and have a similar description. The first one that came out was the Ring Lady. She was licensed, and yeah, we kind of went for a non-licensed one. So, I mean, I can tell her power, but I think this is just immediately off, right? Because she's licensed, and we guessed an
we're not allowed-
original
we-
killer.
We're not allowed to do. Okay. What was the other unlicensed one?
Wesker from Resident Evil, your favorite
I
game
said
franchise.
unlicensed.
Oh, well, I will go there in a bit.
Okay.
2 licensed, 2 unlicensed. So, I mean, I can quickly name the Power Ring Lady. She can teleport through TVs, and then when people take like the tapes from TVs, they can become Moriable. And Wesker he kind of like does like
He
rushes,
chokes me daddy.
chokes, stuff like that. Okay, then we had the Dredge. The Dredge is what's the boogie? No, not boogeyman, but it's like a monster. He's a monster, like a ghosty monster. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, and it becomes dark. I think that's his power or something. Yeah?
I swear he does something else.
Yeah.
Oh, he can like teleport-ish, can't he? He can rush forward, but it's kind of
Oh,
like
he can go through lockers. That was it.
Yeah, but he also fades if you remember, because he can do that thing where he like
Yeah.
teleports behind a pallet, but it's like a very soft teleport.
Yes. Yeah, he does. That really annoying thing that is only think
He
every
can go
killer needs to
inside
have.
lockers. He makes it dark, and he does like a very short teleport.
Yeah.
It's kind of more like a fade, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The other killer is the Knight, as in like medieval knight, and his power is basically
We
that he
don't even
has.
know what it is.
No, he has like 3 or 4 different AI controlled versions of him that he can like send off, and then they will chase players or protect generators.
Yeah, so I learnt that each of them have like an ability. Like each of them do something special. So one can kick a gen, and it will make it degress even faster. One is like faster. I can't remember what the other two are.
I don't know, but I will say, quick little spoiler: none of us guessed the Knight and his powers right, so not at all. Shall I go with mine? By the way, I wrote it down really quickly. I had a werewolf killer, so yeah, that didn't happen. He is a normal human, but his power is that he becomes a werewolf with like just buffed stats, whatever. Didn't happen. Nothing close to that.
Yeah.
You said a creepy, giggling bitch doll. Something with a small little birdcage with a soul in it. She stalks people and sucks players' souls. She can place 4 dolls across the map. That also didn't happen.
I mean, I would prefer
Yeah,
a
same.
creepy giggling bitch doll.
I
Do you
think
know
us
what?
our killers
I
are
feel
better
like
than the DPD
I
one.
got that idea from Village.
Yeah, probably. I think our killers are both better than the ones they came up with.
Yes. Come here, you fucking little
Um,
British
this
bitch.
means we have 2 sections to go, and the score is currently 13 for me, 12 for you. The next section is God of War theory questions. 10 different questions about God of War, like theories, and we have to either say yes or no, and I believe 1 or 2 are open questions. Something as who's the closest, I don't think exists in this one.
No.
You get a point for each question that you got correct. If someone of us gets all the questions correct, all 10, you get an additional 10 bonus points.
Oof.
Yeah.
Is any of them bad?
What do you mean?
Well, because you said some monster maybe.
Oh, spoilers. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say that beforehand to some that it's a bit spoiler heavy. But yeah, there will be slight spoilers, gameplay related, and just kind of what will happen in the story. So I don't know how much you care about that. There's a couple ones that are a bit bigger. But for example, the spoilers that happen within the first hour of the game, I guess I will just say, because they happen within the first hour. So yeah, if you don't want to say them, like just say it, just say it, and that's okay. The first one is kind of a spoiler, actually.
I mean, if some
But
doesn't want to hear, we could always send a message in chat after we've done talking about it.
I can also kill in code, talking code.
A talking code.
Yeah.
I've seen the first few hours.
Oh, okay. Some light spoilage. Okay. Because I know that some doesn't know as much as we do. So for example, the first one I will talk in code. Bev?
Why don't you? I don't know. I was trying to think of a way around it.
Wait, I can also do it different.
You could send me a message with the
No,
question.
I have a better idea with the first question. I will just name the
Okay.
question. The question was, Kratos will kill Freya. Because some you also know if you saw the beginning, Freya is after him. Bev, we both have the same answer.
Oh, I know this answer.
And okay, good. I'm not gonna say what the answer is. I hope you. I assume you don't remember it, some, because it's been a year ago. But yeah, we both got it right, so we both get a point. Good that you know the answer. Otherwise, I wouldn't message you the answer. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess a light spoiler. What will be a new power of Atreus?
Didn't we have rules for this one? Or did we just leave it open?
Open, but I will tell you, we both had the same answer. No, I forgot all the God of War questions. Okay, good. We both said that he will be able to see in the future, aka foresight. Well, I'm not gonna say like he can't do that, but it wasn't really a power, right? We both know what his power was, his main power.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't get a point on this one.
See, I don't really. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it wasn't like a power. Sure, he can still do it. He already could in the last game, but we say a new power. It didn't expand upon it.
They had a conversation about it.
Yeah. Well, what do you want then? Both of us get a point?
Yes.
Alright. 15 against 14. The next question. Some, you can just message me if you think this is a spoiler. It's more, yeah, eh? How many times do you have a boss fight with Thor in the game? I said 2 times, you said 3 times. Now I can't really say who's won if some doesn't want to know it. So I have to
That's
wait
fine.
on that. Obviously, you know who has won. I will say one of us has it right. There ain't no way you're gonna fight him once or 4 times. That just doesn't happen.
He's okay with knowing
Okay,
that.
okay. Well, I was correct. You fight him twice. So I get a point. 16 against 14 now. Damn. The fifth one, I will actually say, because it's a very light spoiler, I can tell you some. It's nothing crazy. And it's also a debatable one, Beth.
Okay.
Will we see Balder in physical form? I said yes, you said no. Now, I was actually going to give you a point and not myself, because did we see him? Well, no. But then I got the recommendation of like a part when you, you go to those, the women, and then they, like, there's a section where as Kratos, you were like in your head, you remember? And you actually see him in physical form. Obviously, it's in your mind, so he isn't actually there. But you see his character with his voice acting. You see him in the flesh, kind of as a mind thing. Does that count as seeing him in physical form? I mean, you see his physical form, but it is not him as a person. It's him in like a memory, kinda. A bad dream,
Don't we
so to
have a
say.
very similar question later on about
We
a different
do.
character?
We do.
And what would you say if one of us said that?
In that question, it's actually different because that person is already dead.
So is this person.
I know, but with that question, like we kind of expected her not to come back, you know. With this one, that was kind of the question in a way.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know.
what do you think? Did we see him in physical form or not? We could leave it in the middle and just give no one points if you're like if you feel like we are both right, you know. I mean, we could also both give both of us a point, but I would say no if it was inside a memory.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I guess Sam is the jury, but
Yeah.
then Sam hasn't seen it, you know.
I mean, it literally said what it was.
Yeah, in physical form. All right, then I guess you have a point. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
16, 15. Next question is, will we get to use Mjolnir in actual gameplay? Not like a cutscene, but in gameplay. I'm not gonna spoil it for some. I will just say that we both had the same answer. And
Yeah.
I will also say, and this is not like a hint, but whether we were both correct or not, just to keep it easy, and because I don't want to spoil some, I'm gonna give both of us a point. That doesn't mean that we were both right. It doesn't mean that we were both wrong. I will just, with all these questions, if I'm not gonna spoil it, and we have the same answer, I'll just give both of us a point, regardless. Next question is, will we fight something bigger than the dragon boss in 2018? Assuming Sam doesn't know exactly how big he is, I'm sure he doesn't mind knowing this, and it's more gameplay related than story spoiler. Will we fight something bigger than the dragon? Well, we both said yes, and this is arguable. Garm, that's basically it, right? Bigger than the dragon? I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Um. Hmm. I mean, we could probably actually look this up. I'm sure it's on FanWiki.
You want to look it
If
up?
Sure, I can look it up.
Sure. Because we have the same answer, so it doesn't. Well, it kind of does matter for those 10 points, although I don't. It doesn't. We both don't get all the questions right already.
Yeah, I will do it in a sec, so you could just move on.
No, then I will just do it.
Oh.
But you said FanWiki?
Yeah, you should, like, normally they do stupid shit like that.
The dragon. Let's see, how big is the dragon? Does it say it somewhere? Powers and abilities. No, it doesn't. Race. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. God of War. How big is race? I can't see it, so we can look it up after. I think the
Okay.
dragon is bigger. What do you think?
See, it depends what you mean, because I feel like in, like, the dragon probably only seems bigger because of wing,
Yeah,
like,
but that still
length.
counts, I guess.
I guess. But as you said, I'll search it up properly.
Shall I just give no point? Or do you want to give both of us a point?
Just leave it open for now.
Fair enough. I mean, we both have the same answer, so it won't make a difference to
Yeah,
the
I know.
score. Okay, the next question. Did we say the same here? We did, so I can name the question. It's spoiler. Will Kratos die and come back, old God of War style? Some, for you, what that means is in all the old 3 God of War games, at the beginning of the game, Kratos died, went to the underworld, and then he just climbed back out of it. He was like, nope. It was really funny, but you know. And you have Helheim, which is basically the underworld of God of War. And then the people, because in the end of 2018, Kratos has a death prophecy. And then the theory is he gonna die but then come back again? Whether that's the case or not, I won't say. And I assume Beth is muted, so I'll just wait till she's back.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, yeah, so, well, whether that will happen or not, I won't say. But what I will say is we both had the same answer, and therefore I'm both going to give us a point, whether the answer was right or not. Because otherwise I obviously spoil it for some. The next question, 9. Will we form... Oh, okay, there we go. Form doesn't matter. So it doesn't have to be physical form. See Faye, the wife of Kratos. We both said yes, and yes, we did see her. So both a point. Alright. The next... I mean... Especially if you've seen the first few hours, I wouldn't say this is much of a spoiler, because I already kind of talk about it. The question is, will Ragnarok, the event, destroy Midgard, that realm, basically Earth? The question is, do you mind if that is spoiled some? I mean, I don't think it's a big spoiler really, but it is a spoiler. But if you do mind it, then just say it. No, go ahead. Okay. I said no, it won't get destroyed. You said yes. The answer is no, so I get a point. So I'm at 20, you were at 18. And some to just explain why it probably isn't a big spoiler for you. For me, it would be because I care a lot about it, but it is that it isn't supposed to destroy Midgard, so it would have to be like a crazy twist, you know? Like one that no one saw coming. Yeah. Well, in the game it isn't. You find it out within like the first 2 hours, that's why I say it. And some has already probably seen that. This leaves us to the final question. Oh god, I am not excited for this. Extreme risky bet. It would basically have to be a bet with a very small chance of succeeding. And you get 10 points if you got it right. The score is 20 for me,
I
18
feel like
for Bev.
some will have to be the judge for this,
Yeah.
because I feel like you are not going to let me have it.
So, my prediction was Naughty Dog. Oh wait, a new Uncharted game will be announced this year by Naughty Dog themselves, not a second developer named Naughty Dog. Didn't happen. I mean, Legacy of Thieves, but that's a remaster. It's not a new game. Just a different name. So yeah, I didn't get it. Bev said GTA 6 will be announced. And here's the thing, Bev already spoke about it. She thinks it did. I think it doesn't count. I mean, did it get announced? In the way of like that Rockstar says, yes, we are making GTA 6. Sure. But is that really like an announcement? Because you damn know, well, you know that they were making that game. Everyone knew it. It was just a question of where they were going to see it. And that was your prediction. Like, oh, they're going to announce it this year. I mean, yeah, they started working on it years ago, probably.
No, but because you like spoke when I first said this question, we all agreed that, because you said, oh, but they might be already working on it, and I said, but there was already like we all I don't know if some agreed, but at the time they had literally just made an announcement saying like, oh, the person that probably is making GTA 6 isn't alive yet, therefore meaning it's ages and ages away.
Yeah, before it will like be released and announced.
The person that's working on GTA 6 isn't alive yet.
What do you mean isn't alive yet?
That's what they stated.
Yeah, rumors, not Rockstar.
No, Rockstar.
Nah, bullshit. No. Look,
Yes.
It's very simple. GTA 5 came out like almost 10 years ago by now. It was very obvious that after Red Dead, which came out 4 years ago, that GTA 6 is in the making. GTA 5 came out on the PS3 era. We are on the PS5 era now. Of course it's on the making. Everyone knows it's in the making. It's been in the making for a couple of years already. Because that game will take many years to make. Rockstar takes like 6-7 years on their games, and it's not gonna take 6-7 years before it comes out. We all knew that GTA 6 was in the making. It was just it's gonna probably take a few years before it's ready, and therefore before they announce it as well. And an announcement is normally like a little teaser or a trailer, like showing something.
It doesn't have to be.
But here,
So if Naughty Dog turned around and said, "Oh, just to let you guys know, we are in the makings of making, I don't know, Last of Us 3," would you not count that as an announcement?
wait, once again,
If Naughty Dog on their Twitter turned around and said, "By the way, just to let you guys know, Last of Us 3 is in the makings and we are currently developing it," would you
Yeah.
count that as an announcement? Oh, there you go.
No,
Some-
I don't. I was reading something. Rockstar did tweet that they were pleased to confirm. I know, I have the tweet. Just give me a sec. I'm just looking something up.
He said that the active development started on the game this year.
Okay. Um. I'm just looking if it was before or after the leak, because that could play a role. But it was before the leak.
It was before the
Yeah.
leak.
Okay, so then I don't have to mention the leak. But yes, I got a screenshot of the tweet. It says, "Many of you have been asking about the new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With our every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we've previously delivered. We're pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway." Okay, the 4th of February 2022. Since then, we haven't seen or heard a single thing. This was just a single tweet saying, "Oh, by the way, we are working on GTA 6. Yeah, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, they're working on it. Neil Druckmann and Cory Barlog say, "Hey guys, we are working on a new game." And Rockstar says, "Hey, we are working on GTA 6. Why? Because it makes sense that they're making GTA 6. What else would they be making? That's like EA saying, "Hey guys, we are working on FIFA 24. And then people are like, "Oh my god, FIFA 24 got announced." So yeah, no, it was already coming out. They were already working on it. You knew that. Obviously, Cory Barlog and Neil Druckmann don't say what game they're working on because it's probably like a surprise because we don't know. Will God of War, like the franchise, continue? I don't know. Will The Last of Us franchise continue? Like with a new game? You don't know because
Okay,
it's
okay.
a question. But
So,
GTA, we all knew that it was in the making, and Rockstar literally just said, "Yo guys, it's in the making," but nothing else.
so a Horizon multiplayer, right? It had no gameplay, nothing with it. Did you class that as an announcement?
I don't know how it got
It was
announced.
tweeted, and and I messaged you saying, "Oh, by the way, Horizon's multiplayer apparently got announced." And you said, "I know." So you classed that as an announcement, and
But
it was
the thing
just a
is,
tweet.
no one knows, like, that Horizon 6, or Horizon 6, fucking hell, that Horizon multiplayer was coming. Yeah, sure, it was rumored, but everyone knows that GTA 6 is in the making. Like, of course.
Well, some is jury, so what he
No,
says
he's not
goes.
gonna go. He didn't even give a statement yet. And I
That's
don't
what I'm
think it's
saying.
time
He
for a
is.
statement yet.
Why not? Because you know you're gonna lose it.
No, because I don't trust him. You some money to him. When I went to the toilet, I already know. I offered him money. It's like, literally, dude, it's like 3 sentences. Like, "Yo, guys, we are working on GTA 6. That was it. Like, that was it. How is that an announcement? Because everyone knew that they were making the game. They didn't say anything new. They just said, "Yeah, we are making the game that you guys already know we're making."
But we didn't know they were making
Of course
it.
you did. Come on, it's like FIFA, like knowing a new FIFA's in the making. Of course you did.
Okay, so I can send this to you, right? If you want. Last year, there were loads of articles going around because the director
Dispatcher.
of Rockstar said, Rockstar confirms that the director of GTA 6 hasn't been born yet. Basically meaning that the person that was going to work on it is too far away, and that is what I used for my risky bet. That's literally what I said last year when we were doing this, because I remembered this article literally coming out like 2 weeks beforehand.
They clearly lied, and I already said back then that I didn't believe it. And they lied because obviously it was far in the making. Well, far doesn't mean close to finish, but like they weren't just starting with the beginning. There's already a base game, has been shown by the leaks.
Yes, so
So they lied, and of course they lied.
But that was a misdirection, so that means that they didn't want people to know that they were actively working on it. And then they put the tweet out this year saying, "Hey, we are actively working on it."
Yes, whoa, an announcement, a game that we all already knew that they were working on, has been worked on, ladies and gentlemen.
But that means when they release a trailer, that's also not an announcement, because we already know it's coming.
Hey guys,
In your
Marvel
view.
Studios here. We're working on a new Marvel movie, like Avengers or something, whatever that they always make. Announcement, we just say it by tweet.
I will read it out to you. You guys are just going
What's
to have
next?
to
Tom
read.
Holland is gonna play in a new Spider-Man or something, and then he accidentally spoils it in a fucking live stream on Instagram, and that counts as an announcement?
What?
Like Tom Holland spoiling something. Will that also count as an announcement?
Technically, kinda,
Oh
yeah.
my god, no.
So, Sam Houser, president of Rockstar Games, on a recent call with reporters. Of course, everyone wants the game as soon as we can finish it, but also we have to make sure that it's bursting with fresh innovations and youthful energy. That's why we firmly believe that the right person to lead this project hasn't been born yet. Maybe soon, we don't know. And then the response is, "Wow, man, I knew we'd have to wait a while, but I didn't think it was like that."
Blair.
So, yeah.
I just don't find that this counts as an announcement, because I think then everything counts as an announcement. Someone can sneeze and their sneeze sounds like GTA 6, and it's like, yeah, see, it got announced.
But it's by the developers themselves. If it was a leak and that's how it came about, like if the leak happened and that's how it was announced, then I would not
You would
take
probably
it.
call a leak an announcement. You're like, yes.
No, I would not take it because it hasn't come from the official developers. This is from the official developers. If Naughty Dog tweeted and said, as I said, "Oh, by the way, we're working on The Last of Us 3," then I'm sure everyone else would also lose their shit and count it as an announcement.
Because it isn't a given, but GTA 6 is a given. You know that they were gonna make that game. Everyone did.
They never.
But everyone did know that.
Yeah.
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 It isn't something surprising.
Yeah.
And I think like a 3-sentence tweet. And like we didn't hear anything about it for the rest of the year as well. It's just kind of like to put people at ease. Like, oh guys, we are making the game that you guys are losing your minds over. Just stop with like the rumors and such. But of course they're making the game. Everyone knows that. And they just said that like, yes, we are making it. That was all.
Normally, a lot of games get announced like 2 years before they can give a trailer.
I can't be bothered.
So, am I getting my 10 points?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a spelling mistake in the tweet. They meant to say, hey guys, we announced GTA 5 remaster, and someone says like GTA and forgot about the word remaster, and then it's like, oh, oopsie.
Mhm.
Because yeah, they didn't show anything about it since then.
Mhm. And
That. That's
if that's your case, then that means I could also have a point for the series one, because that also happens with series. They
what?
get they the series they get told about, but they don't ever show anything. First of all, they do it about a year later.
With the series beforehand, you don't know they're in the making, and that's kind of the thing. It's the same as if EA Sports will say, guys, FIFA 24 is in the making. Oh, congrats that you say it, but we already knew that.
I just want you to read Tom's comment.
No, I already read it. I'm not gonna read it out loud. He's a fraud. Bought out. He's probably gonna get.
You
like,
tried to buy him out. You
he's
said that you'd
prob-
offer him McDonald's.
Yeah, but he's probably gonna get like €5 Steam card from you. No, it isn't released every year, but it's obviously in the making. We already knew it was in the making. Of course, it's in the making. For already quite a lot of years as well, if you look at like the gameplay. But we already knew that. It was just a question of, when are we gonna see something that isn't a leak, by the way.
But I literally read out an article 2 seconds ago from a year and a half ago where they said it wasn't in the making yet.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. I already called that out that it's bullshit. Everyone called it out that it's bullshit. And it turned out to be bullshit. That's like EA saying, yeah, FIFA 24 is not gonna happen this year. That's like Sinterklaas now saying, oh, maybe Sinterklaas won't make it this year. Of course they'll make it.
I mean, it doesn't mean that they wouldn't make it. They just said that it wasn't in development yet, or they hadn't started actively developing.
As I said, that's like Sinterklaas now saying like, oh god, no, the pakjesboot has sunken. And Sinterklaas might not be able to give all the kids presents this year, but you know that it's all gonna be alright, like a Disney movie. And everyone will get their pakjes.
You're making your viewers angry. Stop it.
It's one viewer. Well, it's true.
Yeah, but
Imagine if Sinterklaas announced like, hello children, despite everything that will happen this year, you will all get your presents. Like, yeah, no shit, people will get their presents. It's Sinterklaas. Really knew it. It's a matter of like seeing it and happening.
But then that means like any game that has a franchise means that there wasn't ever an announcement. God of War Ragnarok never had an announcement because you knew it was going to have another game.
But it had like
That
no, it had an
that's what you're
announcement last
saying.
year.
No, that's what you're saying. But we already knew that it was going to be developed when 2018
But did you
came
know
out.
it was gonna be called God of War Ragnarok? Did you know that they were gonna do 2 games instead of 3?
But we knew that
No.
another game was going to be in development as soon as 2018 came out. So that means technically it never had an announcement.
I mean, technically they could have done a new IP in between, but you know that, yeah, no, that's
It's,
cool.
it,
And it got
exactly.
announced in 2021.
No, but it didn't get announced according to your theory because we
It
knew it was
did
already
because
in
it
the
got
making.
announced with a teaser saying with Kratos talking, showing the logo, saying it's called God of War Ragnarok.
It never got announced because we already knew it was in the making even before 2018. Because
I'm not saying GTA
making
6 can never be announced. I'm just saying a tweet doesn't do it for me as an announcement. That's just some 2-sentence words. You're going down from 3 to 2 cents now. Because God of War Ragnarok at least had like a little teaser with Kratos talking with a logo and the name of the game. But everyone knew GTA 6 was gonna come out. And that it's in development. And God of War, hell, even when God of War Ragnarok was announced, and that's a difference, they gave like a period of when it would come out. They said 2021. Got delayed, obviously. GTA 6 gave nothing, no image, no logo. Hell, they didn't even say it is GTA 6. They just said if you want to go down that route, they literally said it is a next game in the Grand Theft Auto series. It could be called GTA 7. They could pull a gold simulator here, huh? Like you don't. That's what I mean. They didn't even announce GTA 6. They just said a new GTA game is in the making. They didn't show anything like any logo, any name, any date of release, any images, or any. You know what is like a simple announcement? The Last of Us Factions. Neil Druckmann comes on the game show. He talks. He's the main man. He's like, "Hey, we're pleased to announce that Last of Us Factions is in the making." He shows like a concept art image, and then he's like, "Yeah, so this will be a big multiplayer game, our biggest project yet, and it will have new characters with their own stories that you can do through multiplayer." It's like, okay, that's an announcement. Sure, the game was already kind of rumored and leaked, but like he comes, he talks, he shows an image, shares the name, talks about what the game is like, and that it will come out next year. Rockstar just says, "Yeah, there's a new Grand Theft Auto game in the making. We are developing it." Yeah, my ass. I know that. They didn't. You know what? I'm gonna play it dirty. They said a new game in the Grand Theft Auto series. How do you know it's GTA 6? Huh? How do you know that? Tell me. What if it's not GTA 6? What if it's a spin-off title? GTA 5 and a half? Or maybe it's gonna be called like GTA in a different city? So, yeah, Bev, tell me, how do you know it's GTA 6 that they were announcing and not something else?
Because I feel like they definitely
You
knew.
feel like. I thought they announced it. But you feel like it. You have a feeling that it is
God.
GTA 6. How do you. I mean, if they have announced, then you know.
Mhm.
You have a feeling.
I mean, you didn't even let me finish, boy. You just cut me off before I could say anything. Because you don't
We,
want to give me the fucking points.
we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. Okay.
Mhm.
The next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. Okay. So,
Mm.
finish your point. What? What? I can't tell if you're laughing or crying. Does that give me 3 points if you're crying?
Just the way you sounded. You sound like a fucking Karen.
Fuck off. I'm gonna give you minus 10 points now.
So snuffy. Go on, tell me, tell me.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me. God. Did you die?
Yeah.
Oh, thought you died. I wouldn't have gotten my gift card if you died.
Uh-huh.
Come on, say it.
That's just GTA 6, boy.
How do you know? That's what I'm asking.
Because they stated it's a GTA game.
Yeah, how do you know it's GTA 6? You said GTA 6 will be announced. They didn't mention GTA 6. They just said a new GTA game.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it 6? You
Because the
remember
next
the
one.
GTA game called Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars? That was not like 2 or 3. So how do you know this is 6?
Because they won't play with people's hearts like that.
Because they wouldn't play. To me, Bev, it sounds like you're just guessing based on what you already know, and not actually
No.
like you're just looking at. Yeah, what you were saying. I was like, yeah, but of course it's GTA 6. We all know it's GTA 6. They don't have to say that. So you're
They
proving
wouldn't
my
know.
point. You're proving my point.
They wouldn't, because
What you're saying now is basically what I've been saying the whole time, why it isn't an announcement, and you're saying that
No.
now. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to your God of War announcement, right? When they put the God of War symbol, how did you know that was God of War Ragnarok and not just a spin-off?
Because it was called God of War Ragnarok.
well, well, yes, but I meant, how did you know that it's not going to be it was another little spin-off instead of the next titled one, you know?
Well, I mean, technically we didn't know, but
Exactly.
there was no 10-point question about that.
Yeah,
And
because
I
he doesn't
didn't
have 10
predict-
points on it.
And I didn't predict. But yeah, it's the same logo, and Kratos talked about the story, and they said it would come out this year, and it was called God of War Ragnarok, and in the last
That
game
wasn't
they
the
said
first
Ragnarok.
announcement. The first announcement,
Yes.
all they did was they literally just showed the logo.
Yeah, and then Kratos had like one voice line.
No, he didn't.
It's like, we must prepare ourselves. No, it's like, you must prepare yourself.
Did he? I don't think they said anything. I thought it was just an image because people were analysing the image for like 20 million days.
Nope. Look, I'll play it.
But even if he said a voice line, that could have still been a spin-off.
But we didn't have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
Look, if I said God of War Ragnarok would be announced, I would be right. And if you said GTA 6 would be announced and I said GTA 6, you're right. But look, here's the thingy.
Time draws near.
See, they do the song, they do the logo, they have a voice line. Damn, this was already 2 years ago, what the ass?
You must prepare yourself.
You hear that? That's Kratos.
So, Kratos
says
is also in the
Ragnarok.
spin-offs.
It says Ragnarok is coming 2021. You know, if you wanted to play it safe, you could just say a new God of War game will be announced. And then you would have gotten the points.
No, because you're still fighting that it didn't get announced.
Yes, because it didn't.
But,
If you
you
play
know,
by your rules.
Som is still jury, so he gets final say. That's what we...
Okay,
that
well,
is-
you know what? That's fine. But Sam, if you are still here, what I will say is that Bev says GTA 6 will be announced. And I say, like, well, all they said is, we work on GTA 6, because that's all they said. And I'm like, well, we already knew that. And Bev is like, yes, so that doesn't matter that we already. Oh no, wait, sorry. That's blah. I said, like, yeah, all they state is that GTA 6 is in development, and that we all knew that. And then Bev's like, no, that is not a good argument, because technically we didn't know that they were working on GTA 6. Doing a bad impression here. And now I asked Bev, okay, but Bev, it says that they are working on a new Grand Theft Auto game. They didn't say that it was GTA 6. And you know what Bev says? Bev says like, yeah, but we know it's GTA 6. So
We do
explain
know it.
yourself. Explain
It's the
yourself.
next entry.
Yes.
The next
So-
entry after 5, which is 6. Do you know how to count?
I know how to count.
Are
But
you
it
sure?
doesn't mean that they call it GTA 6. They can
Well-
call it differently. You know God of War 2018? Okay, you had God of War 1, called God of War. You had God of War 3. Then you had God of War... No, I can't count. You had God of War.
Yeah, see, that was my point. You can't count.
Shut up. You had God of War. Then you had God of
Yeah.
War 2. Then you had God of War 3. Then a new God of War comes out. Bev, you know how to count. What is the game after God of War 3?
Oh.
But it was called God of War. It wasn't called God of War 4, because technically it is not the fourth God of War game.
It is the fourth God of War.
No, it is it's a reboot. So they call it new. It's just like in Fortnite, you have like season 1, And like a couple years later, you get season 1 again because it's a new phase. So yes, is it the fourth God of War game? No, because you have spin-offs. But yes, sure, it's the fourth God of War game. But it's
Okay,
not
is
called
is
God of
is
War 4. Maybe GTA 6, because it's going to be next gen. They they make it completely different, and it will be called Grand Theft Auto Cyber City. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. And they're like, it's a new entry in the God of Grand Theft Auto series, and it will, from now on, it's like a reboot, and we will make the games different. And Rockstar will say, so this is not really like GTA 6, but you see it as a completely new line of Grand Theft Auto games. They might. You don't know that.
but we still call God of War 2018 God of War 4 as well. And
I
God of War
don't, you
Ragnarok.
don't.
People do.
They're
You know,
not. But that's not
Village.
what. So what did we call them? It's about what they're called. They're not called that.
No.
But so,
Village, Resident Evil Biohazard is known as Resident Evil 7. You say 7. Resident Evil Village is known as Resident Evil 8. It is not called 8.
yeah, but isn't called that.
But
And
it's still known as the 8th game in the series, aka Resident Evil 8.
yeah,
Resi 7
but
is literally known publicly as Resi 7, but it's actually called... But it doesn't even actually have Resi... Well, in
But-
England, yes, but it's actually called Biohazard.
those games have come out, so we already know. GTA 6 hasn't come out, so we don't know if it's GTA 6. They didn't announce that yet. And some says, did we know for sure though? It was very likely. Oh no, it says, but on the other hand, we don't know if it will ever release. No, but you know it was in the making, like obviously, and that they were gonna release it, unless something crazy happened, like war with their studio or something.
I mean,
Did they-
that's what his thing is before it. He says it was very likely it was in the making, but we were never 100% sure.
Oh. I mean, sure, but you are also not 100% sure that GTA 6 like is gonna come out, even though they said it's in development, which we already knew. They might like cancel it and everything. Anyways, as I said,
But even if they cancel it, that wasn't my answer. I said it will be announced.
I think we should wrap up and give both our final stuff to say, and then some can decide. And you're playing with money, some.
Money, money, money.
So you can start with
Must be
wrapping it up.
funny. There is nothing to wrap up.
Yeah,
for
do
me.
it. Okay, then you don't say anything and you lose your
I wa-
chance.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, if you don't want to say stuff.
I said what I said. I said that GTA 6 will be announced. And yeah.
Okay. And I will,
Yeah. Oh well, €15.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you let Beth win, then I will have to spend more than Beth would have had to spend, because I pay £15, which is the equivalent of €16, and Beth would have to spend €15. So I will say my final wrap-up thing, and then you can make
I mean,
a decision. Sam.
technically, you don't have to spend €16 anyway. You know,
I do.
there's something called CD keys. Boing.
I don't feel comfortable with CD keys, and I don't like that Beth wants me to go in a territory that makes me feel uncomfortable.
But you've used CD keys before.
I haven't used it. You have. I haven't. I feel dirty when I do so. It's scary to
Well,
me.
you
I
do
don't
so
trust
you
it.
have used
No,
it.
the idea of doing it is what I mean.
You feel dirty
See,
by using
you-
a
you-
perfectly normal website.
You're already making me feel uncomfortable by mentioning it, and I don't appreciate how you, like, try to play in my fields to make me say mistakes, to make me misspeak, just so you get an advantage of winning this.
But yet you have a question based on whether your girlfriend cried. And you're moaning about your feelings. You
No, but
took
I
advantage
didn't.
of my feelings and
No,
get points off of
that
me
is not.
crying.
No,
Yeah.
but I didn't make you cry. The game did, and I
Yeah, but you
predicted
took
that the game would
advantage
do that.
of the fact that I'm a sensitive person.
It was a risky bet. How was that taking advantage? It's a risk. Like, we all both thought this game was going to be less emotional than the last game, but it turned out to be more emotional.
Yeah, you just wanted to play the sensitive card, boy.
I'm not playing the sensitive card.
Uh-huh.
I just like to let some know that you are currently trying to emotionally manipulate me, and
Uh-huh.
I think you should take that in consideration.
Boy, if I slap you, that isn't still the whether the answer's right or wrong, you know?
You wanna slap me again?
Yeah,
Again?
right
You
now
wanna
I
slap
do.
me again?
Right now I do, yeah.
Last time I believe it was over, but and now I had hopes that next time it would finally be over, but I guess not. I guess toxic people will stay toxic. All I will say is that it was an announcement tweet from the developer of GTA about development on the GTA game. It will most likely be the successor in the current GTA game, 5. 5 plus 1 is 6.
Oh, see, he even helped you count.
But and now you're emotionally abusing me again.
No, I just pointing out you're stupid.
No. Anyways, I'm really gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna do my wrap up, and then Sam, I want you to know whether the 10 points go to me or to Path. So my wrap up is
10 points go to you. You've already lost your 10 points, boy. You don't get 10 points.
whether you will get 10 points or not.
Now you're just trying to get
No,
more.
that's what I say. You like bother me mentally because you know my weaknesses and you exploit them, and I say stupid things, and now you try and act it as if I did it on
Oh,
purpose to
God.
make me portray as a bad person.
Here I was thinking I was meant to be the female, but here you are proving.
No.
Yes, basically.
I think as a guy,
I
I'm
win
also
if
allowed.
you give.
Here's Beth with the, oh, guys can't cry about their emotions. I'm female. I can cry about it, but you're a man, so I didn't expect to. I have to bottle them up.
But yes, if
I
I
have to
get the 10
bottle
points,
my
I win.
emotions up.
If I don't,
May-
he
maybe,
does.
maybe that, Beth, maybe you are the sole reason that I didn't shed a tear during God of War, because I was just scared because you would hunt me for the rest of my life and toxic abuse me if you knew, and maybe that's why. But enough about talking about how emotionally manipulative you are and how you definitely don't deserve good things, but hey, that's all I'm saying. Yes, I know, right, some. That's how. I don't want to say how women are. That's generalization, and I don't like to generalize about genders, But Beth did say that. That's all I'm gonna say. So my final thing is when I'm forgetting it. When I said like this wasn't a GTA 6 announcement because we already know that they were making the game and that's all they said. Then Beth said, well, you didn't technically know that, so it does count as an announcement. You see how I went to a bit of a more toxic voice there? That was a good red. And anyways, and then I said, okay, well, in that case, who says that they are announcing GTA 6? They just said it's a new GTA game. And Bev said, well, we already know it's GTA 6. And I'm like, but how? They didn't announce it because Bev specifically said GTA 6 will be announced. And Rockstar's announcement, quote unquote, was a new Grand Theft Auto game is in development. We don't know if it will be called GTA 6. Yes, it's probably the new game after 5, but they might change the name. And that means Bev says it's GTA 6. She should have said a new GTA game will be announced, but she already was stupid and she guessed the name, and we haven't gotten a confirmation on the name right yet. Just like God of War did, or Resident Evil, they might change the name. There are more than 5 GTAs. You also have Chinatown Wars, for example. Chinatown Wars doesn't fall under the 5.
Chinatown Wars?
Yeah, Chinatown Wars. That was a Nintendo DS. That is a GTA game that doesn't fall under like the original 5 numbers wise, like when it comes in their name. So is there more than 6? I'm not sure, but there is at least 6.
There is more than 6 because you've got Liberty City and something else.
I'll quickly have a look how many there are.
I think there's 8, 9, something like that.
Yep, correct, Ski.
8?
No, I don't know how many, but there's a lot, basically.
Yeah.
There's a lot of GTA games.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
So yeah, that is my point, Sam. And you can say, take really in consideration what I said about Beth, like saying GTA 6 will be announced. She didn't say a new GTA game, she said GTA 6. And
Yes,
they
because
announced a new GTA game, but they didn't say it was GTA 6.
it will be the 6th.
Some,
Yes.
you are technically right about it possibly not exactly being called GTA 6, but let's be real, it will most likely be. But you are using my argument, because my argument
No,
was, like, let's be real, we already knew that GTA 6 was under development. It most likely is under development. You guys said, yeah, but
Okay.
that doesn't count.
But
Now she has to think.
I was actually putting my glasses back on. But it's not gonna be they wouldn't announce a spin-off like that.
Why? How do you know? Did they say that? Do you have proof? Or is it a guess based on their history? Just like a guess that based on their history, they are working on GTA 6. And therefore you already know, and what they said wasn't really new, aka an announcement. Because you already knew it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But you're then using your own argument against yourself.
No, you are using my argument. You use a type of argument to say that I'm wrong, and then you use the same argument to say that you're right. But it doesn't matter the range if it's a small technicality, because in both cases it is.
There is no small technical against your side. It was announced.
Yes, and I said what I said about the like you're already knowing that they were making the game, and
But that's your guess.
instead of announcing GTA 6, they just say they are working on a new GTA game.
Being the 6th entry of the
Yeah, but you
mainline
don't know
story.
that. You don't know. They just say that a new GTA game is being developed. They didn't announce the guys GTA 6 is like coming, and here's a logo or something.
Well, they won't have a logo. It will have an R star, like all of them.
They have logos. What is the exact way Beth formulated the high risk, high reward question? I mean, I don't know the exact way.
I said GTA 6 will be announced this year.
I will say, I am like, if you guys really think that Beth is right here, then I am jealous on Beth's foresight to already know like that this game is like GTA 6, even though they didn't say it. I think that's pretty cool powers. You know, Beth is probably going to be able to like predict the name of my baby later, you know? She really has that foresight as well. I feel like it has been announced, but the name isn't confirmed. Exactly. And Beth said
But
that GTA 6 will be announced, but the name of GTA 6 hasn't been
that doesn't.
confirmed. Yeah.
GTA 6 didn't have to be its name. It's just
Then
the
you
6th
should have
GTA.
specified that.
Well, what do you want me to say then?
Bev.
It is GTA number 6. GTA
Bev.
6.
Beth, no, 5 points don't work. It's 10 or nothing. Because with 5 points she still wins. My extreme risky bet was formulated very detailed. I said a new Uncharted game, so new, will be announced by Naughty Dog themselves. So not a different studio. So you knew it has to be made by Naughty Dog and it has to be a new game from the Uncharted franchise. So not the same game remastered or remade, or not a new game, but by a new studio. If I didn't say new, if I said an Uncharted game will be announced by Naughty Dog, then I could have said Legacy of Thieves. And you would be like, yeah, but that's a remaster. I'm like, well, I didn't say it was a new game, and you accepted it. Me, right? But no, I was formulated well. You said GTA 6 will be announced this year. Okay, so you in detail said it would be GTA 6, and we don't know that is GTA 6. If you said a new GTA game, you would have won. But you didn't say that. You said GTA 6.
But you're still saying that it hasn't been announced, so I wouldn't have won.
Well, no, but now I'm like
Unless-
saying like even if it was an announcement, that even then you are still wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because you
But
don't
it is-
agree with what I first said, and you really would with it.
But it would be forever impossible to ever guess an unnamed game's name.
And that's why you should have said, like, look, I didn't say Uncharted
But it's a
5 will be
sick-
announced by Naughty Dog. I said a new Uncharted game will be announced.
But if Uncharted Lost Legacy came out, and you said Uncharted 5, that is Uncharted 5.
It
Well,
is
I know
not.
it's DLC. I know
It
it's DLC, but it's its own thing, and it is the 5th entry
But it
in
isn't GTA
Uncharted.
5. It isn't GTA 5. That's the point. It isn't, first of all, called GTA 5. And second of all, it's not about Nathan Drake.
Okay,
It's
we'll
like
go back
a spin-off
again.
game.
We'll go back again then to my thing. Do you count Biohazard as Resi 7?
I call it Resi 7, but it isn't called Resi 7.
But it is Resi 7, right? It's the 7th entry
for
in
me,
Resi.
Sure, but it isn't about what I think.
Is Resi Village Resi 8?
To me, I call it Resi 8. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But
But
that
it is
doesn't matter.
called Village, but it's still known as Resi 8 because it's the 8th entry in the mainline games of Resi.
But that doesn't matter.
Why does that not matter? It is...
What I call it doesn't matter. Look, if I said it's about the naming, it's about this is an extreme risky bet. You have to be very precise with the way that you
Well, you should-
formulate stuff.
You should have said this at
You
the
said-
beginning.
I didn't know that they were gonna tweet about the game.
Also, but because now I'm basically right. Now we got new rules
No,
mixed into
you're not
it. Yeah.
right, and I'm not mixing new rules. But I am just being a lawyer here who just like is very specifically reading what you said. And you know, you may agree with it or not, and some is a jury. All I'm saying is that you said GTA 6 will be
6,
announced,
yes.
and Rockstar has never said GTA 6 like anywhere. They just said that a new GTA game is under development, and you should have just said that. You should have just said a new GTA game is on gonna like will be announced. Like hell, I don't agree
I
to
mean,
an
I would've
announcement,
got,
but for
like-
the case, I will. But you didn't say that.
I
You
could have
were
got 20
cocky.
points at this rate then.
You were
because-
cocky. You just thought, ooh, I'm gonna predict the name of the game. Like that is like
That wasn't the name. It was just GTA 6 6th installment of the GTA mainline games.
yeah, but you don't know that
I
it's
can
gonna be
make a-
called
I can
GTA
make-
6. God of War 2018
If I make a prediction
is
now
part
and
of
said
the
to you,
mainline games, but isn't called God of War 4.
if I go back and say like, if I said to you now, oh, Resi 9 is probably in the making, would you then tell me that Resi 9 isn't in the making because that's not going to be its name?
I mean, if it's just a casual conversation, then I'm not gonna pay attention to that because it doesn't matter. Just like when I tell you, like, what's a good example? When just in general, when we have casual conversation, I'm not gonna nitpick on stuff. But over here, Bev, this is a professional, like, predictions, and you can't just give sloppy answers and then afterwards say what you meant, because then you can twist things. You have to say beforehand what you mean, so that there will be no discussion like this later. And you were sloppy in your answer. I'm sorry. Take it as a learning lesson. And, you know, I'm just seeing, like, the mistake. It's like, almost like a loophole In the sense that it's like you said that, and that isn't really what happened. You should have been less sloppy. Rockstar Games never said anything about GTA 6, just a new GTA game, and you said GTA 6. I'm sorry, it's your own mistake.
Well, again, this song is decider.
Yeah, some
So if
you
you
can
are
decide.
finished,
But I will say, you say 5 points because half is correct. No, it's either 10 points or 20, you can say. Or 1 point or 0.
what?
Nothing, it's just 10 points or 0.
0, 1,
No.
10, and 20. Where
Beth
do they
get-
come from?
That's because I'm ahead with 2 points difference. Beth gets 10 points if you think she correctly predicted that GTA 6, which I've never heard about like officially, has been announced. And otherwise she gets 0 points. First of all, I hate being in this position. Well, you were the jury, and I think you're doing really well, by the way. Go ahead.
Actually, I could. I've got missed call from Callum. I can randomly phone up Callum and ask him whether he thinks GTA 6 has been
But
announced.
Callum isn't the jury. Are you disrespecting Sam? Are you saying that you don't think Sam is worthy of being a jury?
He says he doesn't like the position.
He doesn't like because maybe, like he also said that we should bottle feelings, as men. And I think he might feel touched, but I'm not saying he is. I'm not speaking for him. I'm just saying what might happen, And
yeah.
I think Sam is doing well. I think he deserves to know. And McDonald's, by the way. And I think he deserves to know. And meanwhile here, you are wanting a different jury because you don't trust him or you don't think he's doing a good job. First you try to emotionally manipulate me, and now you say this to Sam. And yes, Sam, if you want to go, Sam, we could still, the coming weeks, we could plan a date to watch the new Avatar movie if you like. And then we can, before or after that, we can go to McDonald's and I will pay for your meals. I will not be sloppy, you can't buy everything. It will be kind of like what we normally do, but I will pay for your meals.
When does Avatar come out?
I think it already has, like 2 days ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So yeah, that is my.
Doesn't it? It
right.
came out later for us, didn't it? Or was it later for? I don't fucking know. I mean, I can't really bribe some, so.
Came out very recently. Yes, it did. You can't bribe Sam, or you don't wanna because you don't think he's a good jury.
Oh, I can't bribe him.
Well, is that a shame? Can I get a second opinion? What does that mean? Like a second opinion?
Can he ask for someone else's opinion on it?
I mean, who do you want to ask? My mother?
Oh yeah, get your mum. Put her on the mic.
No, because my mother somehow always agrees with you.
It's because you're a big baby.
No, it's because they find it funny. Even when you're not right, they find it funny to take your side. Who do you want a second opinion from? Because it will be someone who hasn't followed the discussion, and I'm not going to repeat all the points I made. And I don't know if I want to spend Mackies twice.
You hear it this one,
I
you're
don't
not worth
really
twice, Mackies.
But I don't really know some. We don't really have anyone who's followed this. The only person who knows about this is the sister of Beth, and considering she's family,
I mean, again, I could phone up
Mother
Callum.
would be cool. No, but Callum he knows nothing,
He doesn't need to know
and it's
anything.
a bit late. I don't wanna take all the time. Your mother would be cool. Yeah, it's taking so long. I kind of want to finish this up. I'm getting tired of. Your mother would be cool, yeah, but she went to bed.
Wake her up, tell her it's super important.
I imagine. And then she sees like 3 different papers in front of me, which is the case.
Life and death situation.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes a cool sound.
ASMR.
Yeah.
But do you not think you can come on a conclusion yourself, Sam? Okay. I think Rockstar did announce GTA 6 on Twitter, which means Beth will get the 10 points. What about Callum? Can we call Callum?
No, you don't want to call Callum.
Well, I guess McDonald's, you're gonna have to pay yourself.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's too late. You already said you would. So
No, yeah.
that was a
It's
promise.
a bribe, and that means a bribe is when you get something in return. So there is no bribe anymore. So it's off the table.
So you admit to cheating.
No, some just
on
asked for a bribe, and I answered.
But live on stream, we heard you cheat, trying to cheat.
If I was cheating, I wouldn't just literally openly say about my bribe. I never said bribes are not allowed. Look in the rules. Literally, I tried to bribe him in the beginning of the stream. You don't do bribes, then why did you ask for them? Fuck. How rich are you? God damn it. Because McDonald's is, good value. You have nothing to lose. Bev doesn't respect you as a jury anyways. You have nothing to lose.
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut.
Thanks for the free McDonald's meal, Bev. What?
You're welcome.
What? When I was to the toilet, my stomach hurts, probably because how mean you were to me, Bev. And my stomach hurt. I was on the toilet, you did, Brad. You have a full-time job? Oh, nice. Where? I mean, definitely not in the courthouse, but where?
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut.
I'm tired, oh.
No.
Oh, you're belittling my emotion.
Huh?
Nothing.
You
You're
don't
gonna
need to
hit
keep
me
up.
again. A company that makes apps and stuff for the web. Cool. You know what? See, I don't want to be rude, but maybe next time we see each other, if you would like to go to the cinema, by the way, actually tell me about it. I just think it's nicer to do that just face to face. Hell, even just by voice and just now kind of in English on, stream chat. But then you can just kind of tell me what it's like. But that's cool. I know you were looking for it. I didn't know you already had it. Tell me how it is at least, though. I want to know that. What do you say, Pete?
I said you're erasing my language.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you're gonna have to write an essay now. But Beth, I guess a gift card will be coming your way.
Can I hear it? Congratulations.
I hope you enjoyed it. There's blood on your hands. You will probably be the person that buys stuff from stores that use slavery, because you don't care about something being unfair or a different person suffering for it, being treated unfairly. But I know you longer than today. And maybe since today I know the real you.
I enjoy the suffering.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. This is why you should stay single, Sam.
He said just to make better guesses. He's basically just
Wow.
told you to get good, boy.
I think it's very, even though you've been an all red jury until the end, I um, think you're belittling by saying they are guesses because they were predictions. Like a guess would just be like picking my nose and just saying what I think, but these were much thought about. And I can't believe Bev got away just because she wrote something sloppy. Because if she would have said a new GTA game, I might have said, nah, nah. Because maybe they are gonna make like another remaster bundle come out. Or anything else. But yeah. Also, I could if I wanted to. These comments can only be 200 characters long. Alright. Yeah, we'll just talk about it because I'm
I mean, they
curious.
also state it's the next entry, so
You already
it's not going to
won.
be a remastered. I know, I'm just pointing out they also say next entry, so it's definitely not a remastered.
Hmm. Oh, there's by the way free Fall Guy clothes, the Christmas ones, I didn't even know.
I already got it.
Nice.
Ah,
Thanks
oh my
for not
god.
telling me, Agis. Oh, there's more.
I did it while you were not at home.
Oh,
But
we will see in a few
yes.
years what they really meant. Yes, I guess so. A few years, because they're not going to talk about it for years now. They're not going to announce it for a few years.
But boy,
Yeah.
you're talking about reindeers. I got myself a really cute reindeer costume in an Animal Crossing today. It's
Oofed.
super cute. And I have little whiskers.
So you're actually picking Animal Crossing back up?
Yeah, I was playing where you were watching the football.
Oh, nice.
I told
Nice,
you,
nice.
I'm in cozy game mood.
You ease.
Now I just need a fireplace in my room.
I do think I will end the stream though. I mean, I'm not a sore loser. I think it was fun. It was a fun stream. And probably soon we will do a new stream for the new predictions for next year.
We could do.
And I will make sure that also the questions are beforehand a bit more clear in the sense of if we don't get it right, the ones who closest does. Are there any games you're excited about for next year, Sam? You do have Returnal that will come to PC. I don't know if it's your type of game, but it's really good.
It comes in March.
I don't know.
Nope.
Well, you should have a look at Returnal. It is a roguelike game. So if you die, you go back to all the beginning. And it's sci-fi. I don't know if your computer, like how good your computer is, because it is like a PS5 game. It's not graphically better than like The Last of Us. It's just graphically good, but there's a lot of particle effects and no load times, but moving from place to place really quick. And the gameplay is awesome.
If it's proven from any other PS5 game, then the port isn't doing gonna
That's
do well.
true. It will take the time, I
Yeah.
guess. That is, by the way, that has made me realize why I'm not against exclusives. Even though I think it's shitty for consumers. But just if they make a game for a specific platform, then they can fully utilize like the game based off of that platform and they can just make it better. Because if it comes out on multiple platforms, then they have to take all of those things in account. For example, if they make a game for Switch, then they can just fully focus on the Switch hardware capabilities and the Joy-Cons functions. On a PS5 it's the same. They can make it work so it works on a PS5 and have the triggers and the haptic feedback. But if they release a game on PS5, PS4, Switch and PC, like Hogwarts Legacy, then it means it won't be next gen because it will be on PS4 and Switch. So PC and PS5 won't have the most optimal game because those other consoles are holding it back. And chances are that the triggers and haptic feedback aren't done as good as they would be in an exclusive, and
One,
more like that.
holding it back, a little, but not entirely true. Obviously, that's why we have upgrades.
I mean, it's really gonna be held back by Switch, though. It's gonna run horribly on Switch.
Yeah, well, that's for people to play on Switch, you know? That's why the game is coming out later on Switch than it is on PS5.
No, I
To
guess.
try and optimize it
I
more.
guess.
Second, I think the only reason why you're probably not so bothered about exclusive is because you own the console. If you were
Yeah, but
unfortunate and you had
it
an
is
Xbox,
also the
then
other way around. I own this console because of its exclusives.
true.
If
But if you were
Xbox had
unfortunate,
just as good exclusives, I would have also bought an Xbox with my PlayStation eventually.
then it will probably really annoy you.
Sure. But yeah, then you're just unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, true. But yeah,
But I'm not pro exclusive. It's not like I want more exclusives. But the thing is, my favorite games in this whole world are all exclusives, and I doubt that that's a coincidence that the best games, and I'm not just talking about PlayStation, also Switch, Mario Odyssey I love, and well, I don't love it. People love Zelda, and like like you're playing now Animal Crossing. And those games are good because they are funded by Nintendo. God of War, Last of Us, Uncharted, Horizon, they are good because they are funded by Sony.
yeah, but one, that just means they're getting more money to do more stuff with, which is true. That helps
but
a lot, but
exactly,
obviously
that's
that
the
just gives
point.
an advantage. Anyone could give
Exactly.
them that money.
But they won't because the motivator for Sony to give them that money is because they're exclusive. They wouldn't give them that money if they weren't exclusives. They want them to be like the branding of PlayStation. Exclusives is what should get people to buy a PlayStation, so therefore they make the exclusives better than they would if they would have also come out on PC. That is why Xbox exclusives are of lesser quality, because no one is going to buy an Xbox for them if they also come out on PC. So they don't
Not
have
nowadays because they
that.
don't really make exclusives. Back in the day, yeah.
Exactly, and
I
that's why
bought
their
an Xbox One
exclusives are
for
less good
exclusive.
now than when they were before.
And third, I also have just belief in some of the developers that they could make pretty almost same quality of game than if they didn't have Sony's help.
True, but there's sadly very little of them. You have Rockstar Games who does, and for the rest of it, you have a lot of double A or indie developers who do, but obviously they don't have the budget.
No, but I think if for whatever reason tomorrow Naughty Dog or Santa Monica broke away and didn't want Sony's help anymore, they could probably still make another God of War Ragnarok. You know?
Yes, they could, and they probably would, but they would not really have the funding, probably.
I mean, they'll probably have a lot of funding because they have quite a lot of audience behind them.
So audience has to fund for it?
I mean, sometimes a developer would do that, but I more meant, the Sony isn't just making the money. Santa Monica also makes money.
I know. But anyways, it's not like I suddenly like pro exclusives and I want exclusive all everywhere, but I kinda used to hate them for the last few years. Like not the games itself, but the fact that they're exclusive because they are exclusive. But now I also realize that if they weren't exclusives, that they would probably be of a lesser quality. And considering how much I love those games and how much better they are than basically all the other games I've played, with like a couple exceptions, such as like GTA 5 or Red Dead 2, I guess. It's like, you know what? It's fine. And especially now they're coming out on like a PS or on a PC like 1 or 2 years later. If they're gonna keep doing that, then I just think it's great. It's like, okay, buy PS5 if you want to play the exclusives when they're new, or wait a couple years and play them on PC, and they will still be amazing at that time because they're just still better than 99% of the games that come out. So I think that is actually really like a fair deal, you know? Because from a business standpoint, exclusives make sense. From a consumer standpoint, they suck. But also, from a business standpoint, like I just said, the exclusives are so good because they're exclusive, and otherwise we wouldn't have games this good. Guarantee, if Nintendo and PlayStation, their games were not exclusives, exclusives didn't exist, they all came out on all the platforms, well, kinda, the games wouldn't be as good. Because there's less
believe that.
financial reason to make them this good. God of War Ragnarok isn't just a big passion project, it's also a big money maker, it's both.
Yeah, but then that's just stating that the only thing devs care about is money, which is
No, not the
probably
devs. The devs, no, but like the companies, like Sony and Nintendo.
But if they weren't with Sony, then why would they care what Santa Monica make?
Sony.
If they're not partnership, why would they care what they make?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you're saying if they weren't exclusive, then they wouldn't be motivated to make the game that good. But then it was not down to Sony to make the game. It's Santa Monica making the game.
Yeah, but then they might, like I said, have less funding.
I mean, they're a big company.
Yeah, because of what they've achieved, you know?
Yeah, but they achieved that with God of War 1, 2, 3, and the two spin-offs without Sony's help.
I don't know if that was with or without, but they were exclusive, so...
They were exclusive, but I don't think they were partnership with Sony back then.
Well, that I don't know.
They definitely weren't partnership with Sony with their indie games that they made.
Well, no, but that's different. They're indie games.
True, but they still made quite a bit off of them.
Yeah.
And they definitely weren't partnership at that time, meaning they probably weren't partnership with...
Oh, well, look. It's really easy. It's no coincidence that, like, I don't want to say the best games in the world, because that's really subjective, but maybe the biggest, at least when you look at, like, just how much money it costs and talent to make those games, right? Like the combination of those. That the PlayStation exclusives, but also Nintendo exclusives. I mean, Nintendo exclusives, maybe not money, but definitely talent. Like, that they're exclusives, that's no coincidence. Besides Rockstar Games, which does make exclusives, which single-player studios really make games of that level, you know, of the level of Mario, Zelda, GTA, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Horizon, Spider-Man. I don't know any. There's definitely really good ones, but not of that level.
People would argue differently, but I know in your opinion that is true.
I mean, you could say Cuphead, which is an indie game, is of that level, sure. It is definitely smaller though, but okay.
But I'm saying in your opinion.
I know it's my opinion, but well, it isn't my opinion that those are like kind of the biggest games, but eventually that doesn't mean everyone likes them as much as I do.
For example, like because I know we had this whole bit debate when you were playing the game, Tomb Raider was bigger than Uncharted.
Well, it's a bigger franchise, but the game isn't bigger. Like
Yeah,
Uncharted is a more expensive game. It is graphically better voice acting or voice actors as well, I should say, better story writers. The games like is the scope of the game and the environments and everything, and the details are all bigger. It's more refined, like the gameplay is more like smoothened out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But again, that's your Uncharted is one of the biggest, bettest game in your opinion, and that's what I'm saying in your opinion. But a lot of people really enjoyed Tomb Raider. I'm not saying that that's my point, like my opinion. I'm just stating in general.
I'm just saying Uncharted is a higher quality product, which doesn't mean that it's better. I mean, I think it is better than Tomb Raider for sure. And even then, so that even if a game is better doesn't mean that you automatically prefer it. Zelda is better than a lot of games I prefer, but a lot of those games I prefer over Zelda. So at the end of the day, that is all subjective and doesn't matter. I'm just saying that it's no coincidence that the highest quality games in this world are like, for the like maybe a good 70 or 80% of them are exclusives.
I still don't know whether I agree.
Uh,
I
I
would
do.
say a good percentage, yes, but there's still very, very many good quality, high level quality games out there. Got the Final Fantasy franchise, for example.
Which is like PlayStation console exclusive, right?
Yes.
So counts as
Is
an
it?
exclusive. It's not Xbox, and I'm not sure about Switch, and I think it is on PC. But a console exclusive is still like partially exclusive in my book. I mean, I still count Uncharted 4 as an exclusive, even though it's on PC now.
No,
But
you can
yeah,
get Final Fantasy games on Xbox.
hmm.
Oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake is on Xbox.
Oh, that's odd, because I swear it
Hmm.
wasn't at first.
Maybe it wasn't originally,
Oh,
but
by
maybe
the
it got.
way, while we're talking about this has nothing to do. I think I will just stop the stream some. But yeah, we will talk about the movie if you do want to watch it. You don't have to, otherwise I'll just I might ask someone else. That sounds mean, but
Wow, so rude. Is it
you are
because he
my
made you
first choice.
lose?
No, no. If you'd like, then yeah, it's the Avatar one. It's called Ways of the Water. I haven't seen anything of it, and I probably won't see anything of it. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
thanks. You too. And bring money that day for McDonald's.
Wow.
All right, bye. Love the blue people Avatar. Yeah, me too. The original. A lot of people kind of hated that movie. I don't know why. I think it's amazing. The world. All right, how do?
Bye.